Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to these. These are my WWE Hell in a Cell 2012 thoughts and a whole boatload more stuff. Loads and loads. This is probably going to be a very, very, very long vid. Not that I ever do short vids, do I? Ha ha, oh, God. Right, first things first. Let's go through a couple of little things. First things first. Remember how I did some commentary for GPW about a month ago? DVD is out on Friday. Follow me on Twitter at MarkPearson101 or whatever it is. It's down in the thing down here. I forget because I'm an idiot. Yes, I'll share the link with you where you can buy that DVD. A lot of you said you were going to buy the DVD for my commentary. I'm going to hold you to that one. It's out on Friday. Secondly, I suppose, begrudgingly, I should say happy birthday to Dave Rain, whose birthday it was yesterday. Aha, you're the same age as me now. Aha. Right, let's get on with this show, shall we? First show, we're going to talk about 3 shows tonight. I'm going to talk about 2 Britbass ones. I'm going to do some GPW productions, I don't know, predictions, one of the 2. Might do some GPW productions. Well, I can't even say it when I tried to say it, fucking hell. But first things first, because I know that's what you're all here to see. We're going to talk about Hell in a Cell. Now, I should point out, this is the first WWE show I've watched since SummerSlam. Honestly, no interest in WWE TV whatsoever. And I was on holiday for Night of Champions, and your review would have come on Friday if I'd watched it. I didn't even bother. So, the open package even focuses on the 2 championships. Fucking yes, when Cena isn't in on the show, look what we get. Fantastic. Anyway, Randy Orton defeating Alberto Del Rio in a really, really good opener. I really like this. I'm going to assume that 99% of you thought it was really, really boring. But my goodness me, the psychology and storytelling in this match were absolutely fantastic. As Alberto Del Rio spent, 99% of the match working on Randy Orton's left arm. Fantastic. Orton's selling was absolutely fantastic. Even down to little things like for example, when he spins round, pounds the mat before he calling for the RKO, sold the left arm as he went down. Fucking brilliant. Little things like Ricardo on the outside ramming Orton shoulder first into the ring post. Little things like that. I really liked it all, apart from this one little tiny botch towards the end where Del Rio comes off the top rope. Looks like Orton's going to catch him with a cutter. He doesn't. So he just lands alongside him, and they have to improvise a couple of seconds, and all weird does not look nice. What does look nice, though, is Del Rio going for an enziguri right at the end. I was going to say towards the end then, but it's the last fucking move. It really is right at the end. Goes to the enziguri as he comes, he comes down in midair and eats the RKO for the win. Went 13 minutes, decent match. That little botch may have hurt it a little bit, but psychology and storytelling-wise, this was fantastic. And I believe, in my humble opinion, this was the match of the night as well. It's all downhill from here, guys. Next up, Team Hell No lost by disqualification in average match against Rhodes Scholars. While not a bad match per se, this was a nothing to write home about match. Lacking crowd noise, lacking heat. This match was way, way too long. And the crowd rightly booed the bullshit DQ, absolutely horrible finish. As Kane's beating on Cody in the corner, referee gets up to 5, I guess, and Kane doesn't break it. He keeps on beating. It's thrown out as a disqualification. Horrible, horrible, horrible finish, and nothing special. It just felt like a long Raw match, nice and simple. Kofi Kingston then retained the Intercontinental Championship in an okay match against The Miz, featuring some nice psychology. Again, you see with Miz working the leg, Kofi with kicks. He even removed the knee pad, put on a half Boston Crab. All nice. Crowd didn't give a fuck about it, though, in any way, shape, or form. This is the second match in a row where the champion came out first, which I thought was very, very strange. Didn't like that. I liked it when the champion comes out second. Maybe that's just me. This was... It was just, again, like the previous match, it just felt like a long Raw match. There was nothing to write home about this whatsoever. You couldn't, someone like me who loves psychology as much as I do could rant and rave about the psychology, but it was it wasn't enough. Didn't affect the finish in any way. In the back, Team Hell No argues. Kane thinks Bryan almost lost because he was thinking about vegan candy. Bryan yells at Kane for bringing up Halloween when it's always wearing a mask. Kane says that Bryan has been wearing a mask since he was born on Old MacDonald's farm. And he sings the song, Old MacDonald Had a Goat, which is a fucking hilarious. You're impossible, says Brian. No, I am the tag team champions, says Kane. It's funny stuff. If this is what, if you've been seeing this on Raw, I assume it was very, if it's all like this, I'm going to guess that it was all very entertaining, but 3 hours of Raw is just something I'm just not interested in. Next, Antonio Cesaro defeated Justin Gabriel in one of our obligatory bonus unannounced matches, and nothing match to retain the US title. Crowd, champion came out first, again, flat crowd, nothing apart in this match, apart from one guy, when the crowd are completely quiet, shouts out, wrestling! That's the best bit. That's the very best bit. Neutralizer wins in 7 minutes. Whoop the frickin' do. Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara defeating the primetime players in a meh kind of match. Well, not a mad match again. Well, not a mad match. Well, not a bad match. We'll talk about mad match later, idiot. Well, not a bad match per se. This was another match that felt way too long. It was long. It was a long match. It was a Raw match with a bit bigger. And of course, this one will be remembered for one thing, won't it? One thing this match will be remembered for, and that's Sin Cara botching as he goes for a sliced bread, a standing sliced bread. Lord, it looks all right, but it comes down on the very top of his head and probably gives himself a concussion. Good work there, Sin Cara. Good work. Hot tag Ray, he cleans house, and JR says, and I quote, keeping up with Ray is like trying to pour smoke through a keyhole. JBL, quick as a flash, just goes, who would want to do that? And there's just silence as Michael Cole goes, riveting. Absolutely fantastic stuff. That was my favourite part of the match for me. That one little stuff with the commentators. 619 Splash, get the win for Ray. Lovely. Big Slow defeated Sheamus in an okay match to win the World Heavyweight Championship. This match was okay, a bit too long. Again, it's weird that, isn't it? All the matches, most of the matches on this show tonight, I would have liked to have been shorter, which is just plain strange. Because what were they going to do? Give us another filler match to put in between? But no, it all felt too long. One of the things I loved about this match, guys, is I loved how fucking easy Sheamus made getting Big Show up onto his shoulders. He made it look so simple. When John Cena's hit the attitude adjustment 150 times, hasn't he, on Big Show, always made it look like it was pretty hard to get him up. Sheamus, though, easy as like, why not as well? That was fantastic. Great near fall at the end as Sheamus kicked out of the WMD. He goes for it again. Big Show does, I assume. But Sheamus hits the bro kick. That only gets 2 as the crowd go absolutely nuts for these near falls. Goes for bro kick again. Eats a weapon of mass destruction for the second time, and that gets the win for the Big Slow. Don't ask me why they're putting the championship on the Big Slow. I have no idea. I cannot fathom why they've done this, other than to get Sheamus the championship back and make him a 3-time champion. That's about it. Probably at the Royal Rumble, but me. Eve Torres then defeated Caitlin and Layla in a nothing match to retain the Women's Championship. I was paying so much attention to this, I didn't notice who came out first, to be honest. Highlight was the second roll somersault Eve did to use to get the win. Crowd utterly deaf for the whole thing, and I didn't care. And then, in our main event, CM Punk defeated Ryback, to retain the WWE Championship. Now, is it just me, or is Punk's yellow shirt absolutely horrendously bad? I also love how Justin Roberts, is it Richards? Roberts, we'll go with Roberts. Justin Roberts announces that this is for the the WWE Championship, and this match will take place inside Hell in a Cell when the cell's been lowered. Well done, Justin. I hadn't noticed. Honest. Anyway, a match that will be remembered for one thing, won't it? And that's going to be the absolutely atrocious finish. Ryback. I always want to call him Rayback. Don't know why. Ryback has Punk up for the shell shock. Referee says, no. And hits him with a low blow. Punk with a roll up. 1, 2, 3. My God, that was a horrendous finish, wasn't it? Then Ryback beats up Punk. Punk tries to escape by running up the cell. That's genius. Because he could have just run out through the crowd, for example, maybe. Runs up and basically gets shell-shocked on top of the cell, which in itself looks all right. I will give it that one. But yeah, the match had been everything I was expecting. Let's put it that way. My expectations were very, very low, so they were matched. It was nothing special, and Jesus, that finish is just horrible. So, in conclusion, one good match. I enjoyed the opener probably more than anyone watching this vid. I really did dig the opener a lot. The rest of the show was freaking horrible, and it was an utter waste of time. And let me tell you something what's scary about this fucking pay-per-view, yeah? Other than the opener, the best match was Sheamus versus the Big Slow. The Big Slow in the second best match of the night has got to be a worrying thing. I'm a nice boy and I'm going to go with 3 out of 10 for this one. It was utterly, utterly shit. Ha. Let's talk about some Brit Rest. Because I like that. It's good. We're going to go with GPW Fireworks first. I'm going to do some predictions for you, then I'll do another couple of reviews. I work for GPW, as I'm sure some of you who may know that. Some of you may know that. Some of you who may not have seen that before. I work for GPW. I'm a commentator for them. I worked as a play-by-play commentator for the first year I worked for them. And then this time out, I'm working as a colour commentator, which is going to be interesting. Last time, week before the show, I got a run sheet of what matches were going down, yada, yada, yada. This time, I literally have a list of the matches and new segments that were going to go down, stuff like that. Yeah, this I've got nothing. I've got nothing at all, and I actually kind of like that. Believe it or not, it means any of my reactions are going to be genuine. All right, and of course, because I'm not working as a play-by-play, I don't need to have pages and pages of notes, which is what I did for the Friday Night Thriller show. I had pages of notes, and do you know what was weird? I may have said this on a vid already, but every time I read out from those notes, yeah, it felt like it was artificial. I memorised most of them, so I was able to just say it, but if I was sat reading something, it didn't feel right. Anyway, we've got 6 matches on this show. I can't wait for this show. I'm really genuinely looking forward to it. In a grudge match, Bubblegum takes on he's not Deadly, is he? Dangerous Damon Lee. I do apologise, Damon. Yeah, this one's been culminating. This one's a culmination of quite a long build. These two had a match at Battlefield a couple of months ago, which was absolutely freaking brilliant. A psychological masterpiece, actually. Now I think about it. Yeah, great match. Fully expecting Damon Lee to get the win. The Blackpool Bonds versus the Killers. The Killers are Heresy and Mark Kodiak. And basically, the story with this one is that the Blondes have been carrying around the tag team trophy. There's no tag team titles in GPW. There's a trophy. It must make it very difficult if there's only one trophy and 2 members in a team. But you don't want to get into details like that, do you? Yeah, they've been parading around with the trophy for half a year. In fact, most of the year, since Northern Soul, which was bought back in April, something like that. And yeah, they're not actually the tag team champions. Ricky James McKenzie and Chris Echo are the tag team champions. But RJM suffered an injury months ago, a serious injury, and it's now been decided the winner of this match are the holders of the tag team trophy. I've never seen Mark Kodiak, but I've not heard a bad thing about him. And all the people I've spoken to about Mark Kodiak, I've heard great things. Fully expecting the Blondes to get the win here. LA Austin takes on CJ Banks in a rematch from the Friday Night Thriller, where I've got to be honest, Banks beat the living shit out of Austin. So I'm expecting a much more tougher, much more meaner LA Austin to come into this one. And I'm expecting LA Austin to get the win. Track and Field, who were 2 of the most over men at the last show, team up with 3 mystery friends, we don't know who it's going to be yet, to take on the Island Brothers in their show debut. The Island Brothers have just been coming in and whooping ass for the last couple of shows. This is their show debut, as it were. Looking forward to this one. A lot of Track and Field was fantastic last time. You wouldn't believe how over they were. It was incredible. It was absolutely remarkable, to be honest. Fully expecting Track and Field to get them. Actually, no, am I expecting Track and Field to get the win? I don't know, actually. No, I actually say it out loud. I was going to say I'm expecting Track and Field to get the win, but I just don't know if that's going to be the case. I'm going to go on a whim, and I'm going to go with the Island Brothers, all right? You got Steve Binman taking on Jack Gallagher for Gallagher's Gold, which, if you haven't seen a GPW, is like Taz's Fuck the World belt. It's not artificially sanctioned. He makes up, it's fought under Gallagher's rules, for example. I'm expecting Jack to win here. Steve lost the British Championship last time out to Danny Hope after it was in a tag match. Basically, Danny Hope cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase and clocked Steve with the briefcase to get the win. I don't know why, though. I'm expecting Jack to win this one. And then, in the main event, you've got Martin Kirby defending the GPW Championship against Joey Hayes in a rematch from last time out. These two put on an absolute clinic last time. It was so feckin' brilliant. And, yeah, matches for the championship. I don't know why. Something tells me that Hayes is going to win this one. And I think that's more personal preference than anything else that I'm calling on that one. And, yeah, that is the card. Friday night, if you're in the Wigan area and you can make it over to the Rose Club in Hindley, in Wigan. I'm sure it'll be fucking awesome, and I'm going to be on commentary, which is dope. Right, let's have a little break. I think I can put an advert break here, so let's have an advert break, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Hooray! 1, 2. In fact, if there was no advert break, that's going to look fucking weird, isn't it? But there was meant to be an advert break there. Right, let's do another 2 reviews. I'm going to do some reviews of shows that I went to this weekend. We're going to start off with Fight Club Pro. Project Mayhem 2. This was CZW versus Fight Club Pro. Oh, Fight Club Pro, you filthy little bitch. How does that one sound? Fight Club Pro feels like my mistress. I know that Future Shock is my home fed, and I fucking love and worship the ground that Future Shock stands on. Happy, happy days. Wearing a Future Shock t-shirt right now, for goodness sake. In fact, I don't leave the house wearing anything but a Future Shock shirt most of the time these days. Anyway, do you know how I've never done this? I've never cheated on a woman before, but the way I feel at the moment is like Future Shock's my wife and Fight Club Pro is my mistress and my bitch. Does that make sense? I'll let me explain. What I mean by that is that with Fight Club Pro, they do things at Fight Club Pro that I will never ever see at Future Shock and should never expect to see. I'm never going to see a death match, am I? A bring the weapons match at Future Shock, and I shouldn't expect to. It's a family show. But a company that runs in a nightclub and does bring the weapons matches, hooray, you know, it feels seedy, it feels dirty, it has this incredible underground feel that God damn, I can't get enough of. Tell you something, yesterday I had my heart ripped clean in two, I think it is, because I found out that the next GPW show in December is the same date as the next Fight Club Pro show, and it was ooh, you know, sort of pain. Because it's like, yeah, obviously I'm going to choose GPW, obviously, because I work for them, but I really want to go for Fight Club. Anyway, this is CZW versus Fight Club Pro. Okay, so in the opener, Ohio is for Killers defeating the Hunter Brothers. Really, really good opener featuring Chris Wrestling, all 4 men. First time I've ever seen the Ohio is for Killers in their current guise. They were Irish Airborne once. I'm sure I've seen them before. Can't remember where, though, or on what show. But yeah, all 4 men are great. This is the second time I've seen the Hunter Brothers. They look fantastic. A ridiculous missile dropkick tombstone pile driver gets the win for Ohio's for Killers. That was just fucking beautiful. Oh yes. Next up, DJ Hyde and FCP Turncoat Dan Ryder defeating Chris Brooks and Clint Margera in a brutal fans bring the weapons match. Featuring such diverse weapons as, check this, a polystyrene block with plastic forks sticking out of it. That was inspired, whoever you were who brought that weapon. Well done. Do you know what I took, do you remember in the UBW days, the Jack Daniels sign of death? I took that. I thought, Jack Daniels sign, one last hurrah. Did it get used? Did it bollocks? Did I get it back? Did I bollocks? Its one last hurrah was to be taken to Wolverhampton. Yay. Anyway, highlights of this one for me was where Big Paul, who came with us, actually getting to chop Dan Ryder. That was quite funny. Actually, that was very, very funny. But Jesus Christ, the high spot of this one, my God, was ridiculous. Big pile of chairs in the ring, yeah. Clint Margera gets a bag of Lego and pours it all over said chairs and then hits that Death Valley driver that he does so well off the top on Dan Ryder, onto the chairs and the Lego. God damn. Hyde got the win though with that ridiculous lariat that he does. Absolutely massive. Next up, Greg Excellent and Alex Colon defeated Trent Seven and FCP champion MK McKinnon in my match of the night. An absolutely incredible match. There was tension between MK and Trent as they made their way to the ring. They had a match last time out. That's a little touch that I really, really like. The way they locked eyes was just great. Shit me, this match was good though. Stuff full of DDTs, ridiculous German suplexes, hard-hitting and very, very stiff, and featuring one of the best finishes. In fact, probably the best finishing sequence I've seen this year. This finishing sequence was up with the Dragon Gate shit that I saw live last year. And I'm going to tell you about it because I'm very nice. So, MK is super kicked on the apron by Alex Colon. Alex picks him up and hits a Death Valley driver on the apron. Now, this wasn't a Death Valley driver like I saw at Preston. In the Akira Tozawa versus El Ligero match, Tozawa hit a Death Valley driver on the apron. But the way he went down, it looked like Tozawa was almost trying to protect him as he went down. He didn't do it very hard, especially on the DVD. That was very noticeable. It didn't quite, in fact, it didn't look as good half as it did live. Yeah, this one, oh no. Colon picks him up, get the fuck down, drills him head first into the apron. Fantastic. Trent then hits a cannonball in the corner, and then an incredible double stomp and spike pile driver combo, which incredibly, I don't know if I've just used that word, Trent kicks out of to a ridiculous near fall, a stupendously close near fall. Greg Excellent though picks him up, spike pile driver. I'm sorry if it's got a name, I don't know what it is. 1, 2, 3, fantastic. Then T-Bone came running out, hit a black hole slam on Greg Excellent. Then for the first time this year, I was jumping up and down. I've been to 26 shows before this one, yeah? This was the point where I was jumping up and down. The first time this year. At Dragon Gate last year, I was jumping up and down every match. Different story, yeah? I was jumping up and down. What was I jumping up and down? Fucking Spud's music here. I've seen Spud a couple of times this year already. I've seen him in more family-friendly shows. I wanted to see him rip someone to pieces on a mic with swearing and everything. And I didn't get disappointed because he ripped FCP, ripped CZW, ripped us fans, ripped everyone, and then challenged Greg Excellent to a match the next night. Fantastic. And then, just when I thought it couldn't get any better, Adam Cole and Jonathan Gresham, who is becoming rapidly my favourite wrestler in the world, yeah, put on a technical masterpiece. This was so freaking good. Jonathan Gresham had this leg worked over the entire match by Adam Cole, yeah, sold it beautifully, absolutely freaking perfectly, to the point, running across the ring to go for a kick and his knee giving out on him. Little touches like that I just freaking love. But it wasn't just that. Oh no, because Gresham spent the whole match working on Cole's arm, and he sold that just as well. This is one of the things I love about Fight Club Pro. Yeah, they have a reputation, obviously, because the 2 shows that I've been to have had a death match on both, yeah. But dear Christ, the technical wrestling that they have up there is the best I've seen in the country. It's so good. It's just fucking perfection. I mean, you could have a gripe because there's a roll up to get the win, but I don't give a shit about that. I've got to be honest. And then Gresham made it that little bit better and limped to the back. Who fucking right? Expecting an intermission there, wasn't one. Straight to the main event. Main event was an odd affair. It was CZW. Yeah, I just bit my tongue. CZW champion Masada, yeah, taking on Dave Mastiff, and this was a strange match. Right, I sat leaning against the barricade. I was engrossed. I was engaged in this match. I don't remember anything about it. That's not good, is it? It's not. There was nothing in the match stood out and was like, oh yeah, that was a great moment. Yeah, I remember Dave Mastiff versus Michael Elgin last time out. I remember every single detail of that match. The only thing I remember about this one is that it was declared a draw. So for me, this was the only letdown. The only letdown of the show was the main event. I don't know. I remember enjoying it at the time, but there's nothing memorable about it. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. We went to the pub. Before this show started, and the 3 of us sat and talked about what our favourite show of this year has been, because we've been to some fucking incredible shows. Absolutely incredible year for wrestling, in my opinion, and we couldn't think of a number 1. We just couldn't. I still can't. But I'll tell you something. In 2 months' time, when I'm talking about when I've got to make a decision about what my favourite show of the year was, yeah, this one will be right up the top. I guarantee it. I had such a good time, and to go out drinking with all the wrestlers afterwards was just fucking superb. And next, because 2 days later, I was back for some more live wrestling at the Southside 2nd anniversary show. This was the longest mission I've done to go to wrestling since I learned to drive. It was 135 miles down to St. Neots, which is where Danny Ace lives. So it was a double win for me, because the main event was scheduled to be a no ropes mask versus mask match. A couple of days before, I say it was meant to be, because a couple of days before that actually fell through, and an announcement went out, we can't do the no rope match anymore. And then not 24 hours, it was back on again. It's hey, brilliant. So, amazing atmosphere in this one. The place, it was the Priory Centre in St. Neots, completely rammed. I had to put extra chairs out and everything. But the atmosphere was incredible in a completely different way to Fight Club. Fight Club's atmosphere is very intense, very closed in, because they've got a cage at Fight Club, people banging on the cage makes a lot of noise. This was just rabid fans. They had a whole bunch of House of Pain guys there. They were all making tons of noise. It was great. Let's talk about this one. So, in the opener, Styx defeated T-Bone defeated Styx, but by disqualification in a fun big man match. I've said before that T-Bone has not very impressed me very much. Those times have been in Preston, by the way. Isn't that weird? Everywhere else that I've seen T-Bone, he's looked really good. He looked great on this night. Absolutely fantastic. Maybe it's just Styx bringing out the best of him. Maybe I've seen the way that he's been booked in Preston and gone, well, this guy's wank. Maybe it's just that, Hits this booking superb fall-away slam. Really, really good. But the match ended disqualification when the Predators interfered. Referee called for the bell. Then Mark Haskins came out and hit an absolutely stunning diamond cutter on Styx and cut a promo. Oh, God. DJ Hyde defeating Greg Excellent, both CZW wrestlers. Fun brawl. We saw Greg Hulk up, complete with the big boot and the leg drop, and then bizarrely he stripped down to his underpants, which I'm not entirely sure. Maybe he does this a lot, but I don't really know why. But he hit that spike pedigree again that I love so much. Such a beautiful move. That got a very close near fall actually, but Hyde used that lariat once again to get the win. Worst match of the night went to Max Angelis versus CZW champion Masada. Both nights, that I saw the CZW cries, the champion was in the worst match of the night. Isn't that strange? This match was a weird one because for every good move that they did something that was just horrible. For example, Angelis hit it was almost a modified brainbuster on the apron from the floor, picked him up, dropped him headfirst onto the apron. That looked absolutely incredible. But at one point, Masada did this power slam that just, oh my God, it was frightening the way that Max landed on the side of his head. He came down so hard. Masada got the win though with a brainbuster. Robbie X then won the speaking title in an absolutely stunning four-way elimination match, beating champion Marty Scurll, Martin Kirby, and Jonathan Gresham. Kirby and Gresham were, they impressed me in the brief time that they were in the ring. Didn't really get to do a lot. They were both eliminated in pretty short order. But then I'd say about 15, 20 minutes of the match was Scurll versus Robbie X. And Scurll, who I've openly criticised in the past, and I admit that, made Robbie X look so good. I mean, so good. Really did. Massive moves on him. And then Robbie X kicked out of them all. Robbie X's first win of the year, incidentally, is the big one. And I was really, really chuffed with this one. Using Crucifix to get the win and the championship. And then, after the intermission, the CZW tag team, we've talked about them before, Ohio is for Killers, lost to the Southside tag champs, the Predators, in an okay match. Now, this is the third time I've seen the Predators, and all three times I can now say that they look all right. They don't look great. Now, this is a tag team that a lot of people have raved about, so I really want to see them at their best. But I find a team that comes out and is all right in the ring and shouts a lot. And it's not good shouting. It's, oh, will you shut up shouting. Yeah, it's not heat shouting. There is, the one time, Joseph Connors does this one thing, guaranteed cheap heat. He comes out, I want everyone to be in silence. And of course, if you say silence and you're heel, you're going to get booed. So, there is that. Match is alright. It's just not spectacular, is what I'm going to say. And I almost got landed on. When Ohio's for Killers stereo dives to the outside, almost got landed on. But as Cy Roberts will say earlier, that doesn't count. Next up. They hit the trophy kill for the win, the Predators did. And then, Mark Haskins defeated Alex Colon in a really good match full of great spots. Haskins hits his suicide dive to the outside, which sends Colon crashing into me, so I did get landed on. Perils of the front row, eh? Of course, as a wrestling fan, I'm loving it. I love the fact I got landed on. I've seen on the UKFF recently. I went on it recently. It was the Supremacy, the last Southside show I went to in August, and I think a woman may have got landed on. She was sat in the front row and she put a fucking tirade. And it's like, come on, it's part of the parcel of it. If you sit in the front row, you're basically signing a contract saying, I don't give a shit if I get landed on. That's the way I look at it. If you want to take that chance, you thought I could get a whole way through a vid, didn't you? So did I. Haskins looks so Haskins looks so crisp, so good. I'm not just saying this because he's a massive D&B fan, but I think TNA really dropped the ball by letting him go. Yeah, really, really good little match. Really enjoyed it. And And I can't remember, I haven't written down how Haskins got the win, which is really stupid of me. Next up, Munson versus the Invisible Man. Oh yes, oh yes. Never actually happened because the Predators interfered, hit the trophy kill on Munson. When the crazy fucking Irishman had recovered, he challenged the Predators to a match next time out with him and his partner. Oh yes, you know it, the Invisible Man. Funny stuff. I mean, it was very, very entertaining when the Invisible Man made his entrance. And of course, we're all in on the joke. So of course, as he comes round the ring, we're all slapping hands with him. God damn, we're so stupid, aren't we? But it was fucking hilarious. And then the main event of the evening was the no rope, no rules, mask versus mask match. I'm so chuffed that I managed to call who was under the mask, by the way, a week earlier. I was so chuffed about that. Anyway, yeah, this match was incredible. It was one of the most intense brawls I've ever seen. Some of the stuff that these guys did was just ridiculous. We got tables, we got chairs, we got ladders, we got thumbtacks, we got ridiculous bumps all over the fucking place. I was going to say who won then, but who was under the mask? Dragon, got launched off. A ring looks weird without his ropes. I will say that. Got launched off basically where I was off the ring. And basically, if I'd have been sat in my chair, he would have gone over the top of my head and crashed into the chairs. You know, everyone had moved out of the way. Balcony dive by Ligero looked incredible. And yeah, basically, Ligero eventually, after 35 minutes of action, gets a crossface, makes Dragon tap out. Has to unmask, and it's Martin Kirby under the mask. That is so good. I mean, so good, because these two are best mates. What could Ligero have possibly done that made Kirby snap inside to want to basically become someone else for the best part of a year? That storyline is so intriguing, and I truly can't wait to see where it goes next. Third Southside show, had a great time, as I always do, and I tell you something, having been to 2 Southside shows where the atmosphere wasn't great, yeah, the atmosphere on this night was fucking marvellous. Congratulations to getting 2 years Southside. I guarantee I'm going to be at more of these shows. I'm more than likely going to do the show next show, because it's got Michael Elgin taking on someone who I've forgotten. Taking on Prince DeVitt, who I've never seen and I really want to see. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've watched this far, good on you. Well done. I'm going to this. You should come too. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button. I really need a drink, so I'm going to go. Do you know it's no drink? I just wanted to try and get this done as fast as possible. That'll only take me, what, half an hour? More than that, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I've been Mark P. Thank you very much for watching. Take it easy and good night.